Here today we're going to talk about three things that I think was mistakes that Lomachenko made when he faced Teofimo Lopez this past weekend. But first, let's get into our first little intro. All right, so there you go. So let's talk about a little bit. So we're streaming live here. Make sure you check out my Cash App, PayPal, all that. If anybody wants to donate, we got the comment section here. You got comments. Go ahead and drop your comments down below. And we're streaming, live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and also on Twitch. So if you also have Twitch, you can check us out there also on boxingsocialist.com. Now, this fight here, what's the easiest way I can put it? It did not live up to the hype at all. And, I usually like top rank cards, and, ESPN Plus is so cheap. I mean, it's nothing to pay, that fee. But, there was so much hype built around it. And, there's a couple of times, man, I was kind of like almost falling asleep. I was like, this is horrible. Now, I say that to say this. I don't want to take anything away from Teofimo Lopez from winning the title. He deserved it. He won it. I thought the fight was a little bit closer than what the scorecards were. At first, I had it a draw, but I went back and watched it, and I could see how it would be 7-5 easy for Teofimo Lopez. I definitely gave Lomachenko 4 rounds, maybe 5. So honestly, I could have had it 8-4, but I'm leaning really more towards 7-5, only because I'm just giving him that championship respect of having the belts. People hit me up right afterwards and was like, "Hey, do you still think he should have been ranked one of the pound for pound best?" Not after that performance. There's already a mark that was on there from when he lost to Salido, right? But a lot of people talk about it as a second fight, never fought pro, went 10 rounds, blah, blah, blah. And he went on to win championships, and he actually did pretty good, They didn't call him the Matrix for anything. But on the flip side, after a performance like that, definitely he's nowhere in the consideration, even with all the belts he won for pound best. So that term was overly used. Now, if he would have beat Teofimo and stopped him or something like that, then yeah, it's like this guy, as long as he can continue to defeat guys and, not just beat them, but dominate them, then yeah, you can deserve to be the pound for pound best, but not with that performance. But let's talk about 3 of the things that I saw that I think were mistakes that Lomachenko made that really just cost him the fight. The very first thing was overconfidence. They talked about this even during a fight, Lamo's like, I chose him, he didn't choose me. I'm the one that, had the thing go down with the Comey fight, and I planned this and I planned that and blah, blah, blah. And listen, you might have, but at the end of the day, none of that really mattered as you saw the results, right? So overconfidence, they talked about how, there was beef, and there was no beef with these guys. It's just professional boxing, Stop making it as personal when it really isn't just a self fights. Because if you start getting family members and others involved and they really think there's beef, you're going to have problems. So don't call beef when it really isn't beef. Just call it bad blood between 2 fighters, Testosterone is at an all-time high. Beef is something that's rarely personal. Like you personally did something to me or my family, or I personally did something to you and your family or your friends, and nothing like that happened at all. But overconfidence, they talked about the stare down, the weigh-ins, and look how he stared down, and Teofimo Lopez, he pulled away first, and that shows a sign of Lomachenko dominating him from the psyche standpoint. Teofimo Lopez wasn't, worried about that. And then on the flip side, I think that Lomachenko was overconfident. He's looking at himself, man, I'm a 32-year-old grown man. I'll spank this little boy. And I think that's how he took it. I have over, what do you have, like 400 amateur fights? And, you got all the belts. Listen, you should be confident. You should be confident you're going to win this fight. You got the young buck, the young cub trying to come out and take your title. But I think the overconfidence kind of went out the window after the first round or two when he saw that he wasn't going to be able to have his will or have his way with him. That's number one, overconfidence. Number two, the slow start and no angles. That's number two. I'm looking like, are you even going to throw a punch, Lomachenko? I'm like I'm looking at my clock and I'm like, all right, a minute's gone. Is he going to throw a punch? No, he ain't throw a punch yet. All right, 2 minutes roll by. Has anybody noticed? Has Lomachenko, has he thrown a punch yet? All right, 2 minutes 45 seconds. We got 15 seconds left. Oh, he threw a punch. So you went almost 3 minutes and threw less than 5 punches, maybe connected on one. I don't even know what the stats were. I just know it was horrible. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes that first round is a feel-out round. Second round came. Is he going to throw a punch? Third round came. Is Lama going to throw a punch? Fourth round came. I think he threw a little flurry at the end or in between. I was like, dude, like you're down 3 or 4 rounds already. Like I don't know. Did he hit you with something? Was it ring rust? I mean, were you in fear of the known power that he has? Or because I don't remember him hitting you with anything the first 3 rounds to even make you respect, wow, this kid can crack. Let me try something different here. So the second mistake was slow start. Dude, you didn't even start fighting until like the 6th, 7th round, which is way too late in the championship fight. And even if the rounds were close, the first 6 rounds, you have to give it to Lopez because, he was basically just outworking you. Not that he was outlanding you, just coming forward and outworking you. And then you weren't even giving no angles, man. I'm like, where's this matrix that gives like all these angles? Like when I'm throwing punches, like I want to see like the matrix, like you're slipping, dodging, dipping. I mean, I'm trying to look for a combination of Sweet Pea Patel Whitaker and Floyd Mayweather defense with this matrix that needs to be cracked. And you didn't even have no angles. And listen, let's not go with the ring rust stuff. You can't say he had ring rust and not say Lopez didn't have ring rust. Anybody that's fighting post-COVID has ring rust. All of them. Even if your last fight was in March when they stopped having boxing, everybody it has ring rust right now. So let's throw that ring rust stuff out the window. And the third and final mistake I think he made was he allowed Teofimo Lopez to walk him down. And Teofimo was not at all scared or concerned with the punches. Once again, why should he? You didn't throw any. You didn't do anything or establish pop or presence or ring generalship to make Lopez respect you. So when a fighter doesn't respect you and he has power himself, he's going to walk you down. And you allowed Lopez to walk you down like a dog. And, those are the 3 mistakes that you made overall. You came in overconfident. You had a slow start with no angles, and you let Lopez dictate the fight and walk you down. And there was nothing. I don't even know what the corner was even telling you. I mean, did they even tell you to pick it up? Did they tell you you're losing a fight? I mean, the man had no respect for your matrix, your power, your angles because you didn't do any of it. And it's not like you're already a hard puncher. You just have speed and angles, which frustrates fighters. And you have some pop. I'm not going to say you don't have power, Lomachenko, but darn, none of it was on display, man. And I don't know if you're afraid to get countered or what. But overall, those three things cost you the championship. And I hear that this talks about a rematch, and Lopez is like, for what? Like, the scorecards are so wide. I beat you. And I'm going to be honest with you. You don't deserve a rematch. You really don't. Not at the performance like that. And dude, I don't know if it's because you've already had 400 amateur fights. You don't have 15 professional fights. You're 30 something years old. Maybe your body just has wear and tear after all that time. Maybe your body has shut down. Maybe your body is like, hey, over 400 fights, I'm done. So you definitely need to go back and reevaluate yourself. I don't know if anybody wants to see that rematch. Like, dude, you better come back with 2 or 3 knockouts of the number 1, number 2, number 3 guys before you even get that rematch. And I could just imagine what Bob Arum's cash cow just. I don't know what Bob Arum was thinking, but listen, you got Teofimo Lopez, so let's see what he can do with the Mexican fan base and see what he can build on top of that. So y'all leave your thoughts, comments down below, and let me know what you think. What are the things that you think that Lomachenko, or the mistakes that Loma did that cost him the fight? And kudos to Lopez. He is now the champion, holding all the belts. I think that's the first time at lightweight. So major props to Teofimo Lopez. Looking forward to see more great fights. I'm going to be honest. I did want to see a knockout, Lopez. That's the only knock I probably throw on you. I'm used to seeing you knock people out. So, man, darn, at least if you could have knocked him down once or twice just to let us know, hey, shoot, you got that power. But, you didn't knock him. You didn't even knock him down, which I can't blame you because he wouldn't even really engage with you. So I can't even knock you for that. But congratulations to Teofimo Lopez. Was it unified, undisputed champion? Keep doing your thing and looking forward to bigger and better fights. Till next time, this is Sean with Boxing Socialist and Other Sports. And you know what, guys? We signing out.
Make sure you subscribe or else.
All right.